our conversation around confidence.
Yes.
And how it can be one of those difficult topics that can actually really impact someone's decision making, their whether, particularly when it comes down to career, whether it's staying in your career, as you're alluding to there, or going for a particular role, having that the confidence to do that can be a very fickle thing. And I think in particular, from a gender perspective, a lot of fantastically high performing female salespeople I've met can struggle with with confidence.
Absolutely. No, it's a great question, and you're right. It's the elephant in the room, right? It's one of those things that I think we're getting better at talking about, but doesn't get spoken about a huge amount. You know, and we talk about things that can hold us back in our career. It can be the fact that you haven't got a huge profile or had a formal development plan, or sometimes it's just pure luck, being in the right place at the right time. But I think, if I take a slightly sort of female slant on it, I think one of the biggest things that holds women back is confidence. And confidence in our ability to be able to step up and have a voice. And, that fear of failure and fear of judgment and fear of getting it wrong, or fear of putting somebody out because you have an opinion, absolutely holds us back. And I'm generalizing, right? It's not all women, but through many conversations I've had throughout my career with other peer women and people within my team is it's always going to be there. We don't have a silver bullet to flick the switch on. How do we get women more confident? It's not as easy as just giving them a book and saying, go read that and you'll be fine. It's a conversation we've got to have constantly. Self-doubt, imposter syndrome. Every single woman at every single level of any business deals with that every single day. And there's some amazing books out there that I could highly recommend. And there's a book called The Confidence Code, which is written by two women, two journalists, New York Times journalists, and I forget their names, but it's a fantastic book, and it's just full of interviews, full of women CEOs, high-ranking military women, and every single one of them has self-doubt and self-confidence issues. But what they've found is a way through. And I think that's the key, is you've got to find, okay, I'm never going to be 100%, resilient and confident and back myself on every move. There are times I'll still walk into a room and have imposter syndrome, no question. But I think what you have to do is find your own way to deal with that. And for me, that's been, the aha moments for me have been having a mentor. It's been attending women in leadership programs where you've got very senior women standing up in front of a room of women going, I have to take myself into a toilet cubicle before I present and have a good chat with myself and build myself up, because the imposter syndrome can be absolutely overwhelming. And then I come in that toilet and I shut my mind off and I stand in front of people, and I'm in my mind, I'm going, oh shit, what am I doing here? What am I doing here? But I just have to get on with it. So we have to find a way through that. There's no easy solution. We are who we are, but it's in our DNA. But I think the more we talk about it, the more open we are about it, the more that we can bring women up and raise their confidence, is going to be incredibly powerful. And it will make sure that we start to bring more and more females into senior levels, because I genuinely believe, through my own experience and speaking to many other women, that is the one thing that holds us back, the biggest thing that holds us back. And I would say 99% of the time, the women that I speak to have huge amounts of capability, capacity. They just go, oh, no, I couldn't do that. And they'll say, because maybe I'm not good enough, or I've got children and I just don't think I can be a great mum and a great wife and have a career. You can. You just got to find a way to control those, I say, voices in your head. We're not all going crazy, but there is that self-doubt that holds us back, and it's definitely the elephant in the room, but it's something that has to be spoken about. And there's some amazing people out there. The Lean In book by Sheryl Sandberg it should be a Bible to all young women heading into business. Brené Brown has done some amazing work on vulnerability and shame and self-doubt and things like that. And, read a lot, go to women in leadership programs, speak to other women, get a woman mentor who'll bring you up and say, look, it's okay, it's normal. Everybody feels like that. You just got to find your way through. And if you can do that, that's a huge unlock for any woman.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing.
Pleasure.
Fantastic.